very traumatic story of a New York City train conductor being assaulted while in the course of her duties. The assailant broke into her cab, assaulted her, jumped out the cab window, and this happened by NYPD. I want you guys to check it out.
Married with kids. Yo, you do not tell me that he knows me. No, I'm not with it. No, I'm not with it. He does not know me, and I told you that in front of him. I said that to you. Ask him my name. No, you should not have let him go. 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 That's what's supposed to happen.
I'm asking you a question. Are you right now?
But I'm also asking you a question. Is that routine?
Man, we're medical.
Yo, my adrenaline is so pumping, and these cops let that man go, yo.
I hear you.
Yo.
Are you in any pain or anything like that?
I don't even know right now.
You want us to check?
Y'all want me to hold myself together while somebody busts in my cab?
It's not busted. No, he's not allowed in there. I get that.
Yo, is he allowed to touch me?
No, he's not allowed.
Is he allowed to touch me? When the officer pulled up, you called him?
Yeah, I called him.
Yep.
She's not answering the man. Can you answer?
Hold up. So basically, you want me to be calm?
Can you answer? She's hurt.
You want me to be calm after that happened? Is that what you're telling me?
Story.
I gave you the story. I gave it to you on
you told
recording.
somebody else the story.
I just told. Yes, I did. I just told you.
Are you hurt?
Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm hurt. My arm when he grabbed me. Yo, I'm sick, yo. I cannot believe them. Yo, I cannot believe y'all. I cannot believe these cops, yo. I told you the story. I told you what happened. I got it on video that I told you what happened. He's not allowed in there. He's not allowed to touch my arm. Your officer let him go. And your officer said out his mouth, oh, it's more to the story. They know each other. I said, tell him to tell you my name. That's what right? You seen it, right? You seen him. What did I say? You heard me say that, right? How many times did I tell him that?
As you can see, that situation was very, very, very disturbing to watch. Female conductor assaulted on the train, visibly upset, visibly hurt, angry, for the assailant to get caught by the NYPD, and the NYPD let the assailant go because he said that he knows her. Without further ado, we have New York City train conductor Elizabeth Lowe Burton. How you doing, Miss Burton? Make sure we can hear you this time.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
How you doing tonight?
I'm good. Could you hold the camera a little bit centered to your face, like you kind of off? There you go.
That's better.
A little bit over some more.
Good.
A little bit more. Just all right. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you take the people through the incident that happened that day from the beginning up until the clips of the video started rolling?
Okay. So I got on my train. He was already on my train at my position. He had just had, I think, some words with the conductor that initially had got off my train. So when I got on, what I meant to tell you was that he was saying something, but I had my earplugs in, so I really didn't hear what he was saying. I know he was talking when I got in. So when I got in, I shut down properly. And right when I was getting ready to close the window, he kicked the door. Like the door, it was one big loud kick. He kicked the door and the door flew open. I turned around and went to slam the door. He started reaching for me. That's when he was grabbing me up. Like he was trying to grab my neck. So we began to tussle in between Bedford Park and Kingsbridge Road. When we got into Kingsbridge, when the train stopped, I was able, in between the scuffle, to reach over to the NDC to turn the heater on just to try to get the doors open. When I went to pop the doors open, I was only able to get the front of the train open before he grabbed my arm and got the keys out the NDC. When he took the keys out the NDC, it was some customers on the platform. So I was screaming he took my keys, he took my keys. He ran back into my car, but I still had the door open because I was like in a panic. When he saw he couldn't get out because we were locked in the back half of the train, he ran back in the cab, like pushed through me. He had some stuff with him, so he like grabbed his bag and opened the window and jumped out the window. When he jumped out the window, the passengers that I initially was screaming to had went and got the police that was downstairs by the booth. So they came up and they was able to catch him. So they had him there, and I still was screaming like, he took my keys, he bust into my cab. And while I was saying that, he was telling the police that he knew, like, or he knew conductors or whatever he was saying. He was saying, I know her, I know conductors or whatever. They came over my train. By that time, I was like in full like panic mode. My train operator had came down and he was standing with the police. My train operator was able to get the back ends of the train open and let the passengers out, and I was then able to come out of the out of my cabin into the car. By the time I got into the car, the police were coming in to gather his stuff and give it back to him and let him go. When they initially had let him walk away, they was letting him walk away with the train police. So I started screaming at them like, y'all let him go, like, and y'all let him go with my keys. I'm like, he doesn't know me. Ask him what my name is. Tell him to tell you my name. Tell him to prove to you that he knows who I am. And even if he did know me, does that give him a right to kick the door open and start yoking me up, like fighting me? So it just went from there. They made the decision to let him go based on the fact that he said he knew me initially. When they started to gather more information, it seemed as if they knew that they had made a mistake at that point. But at that point, I was already screaming and upset.
You're a New York City train conductor. You're in uniform, performing your duties. You get
Mm-hmm.
assaulted. The guy get caught who assaults you, and
Mm-hmm.
he's let go on the spot because he says, "I know her."
Mind you, they never asked him my name. They didn't ask him. They didn't ask him for identification. Nothing. They didn't come over to me and say, "Do you know him?" Because I was screaming like, "I don't know him. He doesn't know me. If he knows me, he should know my name. He should know something about me." They never asked.
And
They
and,
just
and you had
I'm
witnesses
listening.
there. You had witnesses
Mm-hmm.
there also saying that this guy assaulted
They
you, and it was
they
his.
was watching him like push me around the cab.
I'm gonna play this clip again. I'm gonna play one of the clips again for the people who's just getting on, just to show, you know, what the environment was with the police and yourself being angry, of the assault. So give me 20 seconds and play the video again
All right.
for the people who
With
just started watching.
kids. Yo, you do not tell me that he knows me. No, I'm not with it. No, I'm not with it. He does not know me, and I told you that in front of him. I said that to you. Ask him my name. No, you should not have let him go. You should not have let him go. You should not have let him go. You should not have let him go.
Now you made it clear during that clip. You kept saying you should not have let him go. You should not have let him go. You should have not have let him go. I mean, it's clear that looking at the officers' faces, you could tell that they made a big mistake, because we know if a
Yeah.
police officer would have gotten assaulted, that would not have been their protocol. And by you going through this experience, have you been assaulted before?
No, but the thing that I do know, Tramel, that I wanted to say is it doesn't matter if you got on the train as a conductor and you kicked my door open and you know me and you started to assault me, you still should be arrested for that.
Uh,
You're not on duty. I'm on duty. So if I'm on duty and you come on as a transit worker, you kick that door open and you start putting your hands on me, you should go to jail for that. Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm where I'm supposed to be. Even if it was my boyfriend, my husband, they not supposed to be able to assault me, kick my door open while I'm at work and do what they want to do to me, whether they know me or not. But
now,
he didn't know me. That's the bad part.
now, how have this situation affected your family? You mentioned you have a husband. How has it affected your family?
They're
Going through this traumatic experience.
they're upset. They don't want to let me go anywhere by myself because they still haven't even caught the person. Now it's been on the news. You know, my name is out there. Um, I mean, I could see the person anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if he knows that he was able to do that and get away with it, I don't know what else he'll do. Especially now that it's been, you know, I made a police report. I don't know what he's ready to do. So they're upset.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't say that he really got away with it. I would say the police allowed him. You know, it's not
Right.
to get away with it because they made a horrible judgment call. Have you had any interaction with NYPD after the situation? You know, letting them know your frustration of the mistake that they made.
Well, they came back and they apologized for it and said that, you know, it really shouldn't have happened. And the gentleman that you initially see coming over to the cab, when you saw him, me telling him you shouldn't have let him go, he was getting his stuff out of my cab. Because when he jumped out, he dropped his belongings inside the cab. He's the actual officer that came and got his stuff and let him go. He, in turn, after all the information was given, he wanted to apologize to me about it, saying that it was a bad judgment call. But
Now,
you know,
what I have on the screen right now is the wanted poster of the guy who assaulted you. How did you come across this poster?
was him, the officer whose number's on the flyer.
Now, you know, being a New York City train conductor, you know, a lot of, you know, our coworkers, we get assaulted, we get hurt, and you know, one of the excuses that we hear all the time is that, you know, these people don't get caught, so we could prosecute them, and then we have an opportunity where, or a situation where someone does get caught, and the police officers become, you know, the judge and the jury in this situation. Do you
Mm-hmm.
feel safe working for New York City Transit after this situation?
Not only that, Tremel, no, I don't feel safe, but like after the assault happened, I had to leave that station by myself. No
What you
supervision
mean?
came there.
What you mean?
Like no supervision responded to the scene.
Wow, wow! I didn't know that. How about
Yeah.
how responsive was the union?
Um, I did speak to the union pretty quickly. When I got to the station, a TSS came uh a little while after I got there by myself, and he was like, "You got to call your union." The TSS was right. Like he came from West Fourth or something, and he was just like, "You got to call the union." They were pretty quick on it.
Mm. Um, and how long were you in the station? You know, before you left, like, did this happen quick or
No, the incident happened at like 8 o'clock.
8
I
p.m.
took the truck
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Okay.
When I got back to Bedford Park, it was like, what time was it? Like 9:30.
So
So it was like an hour and change, an hour and 30 minutes.
management had enough time to get there and make sure that you were good. The union did too. Hour and a half is enough time to you know, make your moves and do what you need to do. You know, this is a very um troublesome situation right here. You know, we come to work to do a particular job. In the course of our duties, you know, these type of situations happen, but we don't expect police officers to make decisions like this, you know, all because the perpetrator said, I know her, and he couldn't, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't know your name. And, you know, I think that they made a mistake, um, big mistake that they should be held, you know, accountable for, because, you know, we don't come to work to be any one punching bag. And, you know, you being a woman in this situation and being accosted by a man in that type of situation, I know is very scary. And the NYPD did not help by their actions, and I would say the MTA didn't help with their lack of action. You know, to make sure that you were okay. Do you have something to leave the people with regarding safety and or anything of that nature or whatever's on your mind?
I don't know because one, it's, I feel like at all times, like I can't because I feel like this whole situation wouldn't have happened like if the door was locked properly, you know. So I don't know what to say to our coworkers in regards to safety because I felt like I was safe that day. When I turned around, I locked the door. Like I should have been okay. Only thing that I will say is that if you run into a situation like that, like I panicked. Like I literally went into a panic. I wish I going back that I could have did a little better at the time in regards to how calm I was because I wouldn't have left that station by myself. I would have said over the radio like I need a superintendent to come here to escort me back. Like I wish I would have went more by the book when it came to transit, you know, when that happened. Because they you gotta look out for yourself because supervision was not good to me that day.
Mhm.
And even down to RCC, like they wanted to ask me if I still wanted to do the trip.
Wow. Wow.
Like,
Wow.
so
That's crazy.
I,
And just to bring
yeah,
people up to speed, I'm gonna play them one last clip of your situation just to show how obnoxious the police officers were too.
yeah.
You know, with they question. Let me play this last clip
Mm-hmm.
before we get out of here.
You called him? Yeah, I called him. Yep. She's not answering the mail. Can you answer? Hold up. So basically, you want me to be calm? Can you answer? She's hurt. You want me to be calm after that happened? Is that what you're telling me? I gave you the story. I gave it to you on recording. I just told. Yes, I did. I just told you. Are you hurt? Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm hurt. My arm when he grabbed me. Yo, I'm sick, yo. I cannot believe them. Yo, I cannot believe y'all. I cannot believe these cops, yo. I told you the story. I told you what happened. I got it on video that I told you what happened. He's not allowed in there. He's not allowed to touch my arm. Your officer let him go. And your officer said out his mouth, oh, it's more to the story. They know each other. I said, tell him to tell you my name. That's what right? You seen it, right? You seen him. What did I say? You heard me say that, right? How many times did I tell him that?
I personally cannot believe that that happened. You know, I'll you know, I continue to keep you in my prayers. You know, we think that we thank God that nothing very serious could have happened. This shouldn't have happened, but you know, we happy that nothing more serious could have happened. And you know, the people involved in this situation must be held accountable. I mean, I know you. I've never seen you excited, you know, that angry, that emotional, and it's obvious that something went very wrong um, that day. You know, I'm happy that you came forward. You know, you did an interview with the union. Has anyone from the women's committee reached out to you, or after you did the interview with the union, did they just fall back, or are they helping you in through this process?
A couple of people from the union have been in touch, like all the time. But a couple of them I knew from stations because, you know, we were station agents together. Now they work with the union. They've been calling me every day. As far as
RTO?
the president, no, I've heard from Gomez, Perry, Gomez and Perry. Basically, those are the only two from RTO that have been in contact frequently,
Okay.
checking on me.
Okay. So yeah, so you know, these next moves, you know, you take care of your health, take care of your mental health,
Hmm.
and you know, you have to. I know that you're going to do, you know, hold people accountable for their
Hmm.
inactions because this is uncalled for. But I would like to
Yeah.
thank you for doing this interview. If, like I said, if you have any final word, you can say it now. And
Yeah, Tremel, I want to thank you because you've been really helpful throughout this process. Like allowing me to call you when I need you, like, and you know, just giving me the resources that I need throughout this. For real, for real. I appreciate it.
you know, I'm here to help, is the best way I can and fight back the best way that we can. That's all that I know. But I just want to make sure that you're good. We're gonna make sure that the MTA don't play with that money. That's gonna be that's gonna be another fight. But I hope that the MTA learns something from this. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy. Can you still move the train after going through something so traumatic? That's not this not representative of a company that have empathy, sympathy, or compassion.
Right.
So I hope that they hear your story, they know exactly what's going on, and they change some of their protocols. But like I said, I would like to thank you. I noticed your husband has been very supportive, throughout this process. I thank him also. It's very important in your recovery and the rest of your family. Once again, before we get out of here, this is the guy who NYPD posted a picture of, who assaulted our sister, broke into our cab. NYPD forwarded that to her. So if you have any information regarding him, contact the people on the flyer. And thanks again. And you could call me whenever. I don't care what time, text. We go fight to the end. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Tramel.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so y'all see exactly what's going on there. I mean, it's a pretty crazy situation. I mean, how bizarre is that? The guy get caught. The guy says, "Hey, I know her." She says, "Tell him to tell what my name is if he knows me." Dude couldn't say her name. Police let the guy go. And then, all the craziness happens. I'm going to play one more clip before I get out of here, just to show you guys the craziness of the situation.
That's what's supposed to happen.
I'm asking you a question. Are you right now?
But I'm also asking you a question. Is that routine?
Man, we're medical.
Yo, my adrenaline is so pumping, and these cops let that man go, yo.
I hear you.
Yo.
Are you in any pain or anything like that?
I don't even know right now.
You want us to check?
Y'all want me to hold myself together while somebody busts in my cab?
It's not busted. No, he's not allowed in there. I get that.
Yo, is he allowed to touch me?
No, he's not allowed.
Is he allowed to touch me? When the officer pulled up.
I mean, what can I say? What can I say, man? To my coworkers, be safe out there, be vigilant. And it's obvious that we have no real protection here in New York City Transit, even when NYPD is on the property. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. You watching on Twitter, retweet it. You watching on YouTube, like and share. Make sure you like the video. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys later with more transit stories. I'm here for the people, giving the people a voice in places where we normally will be silenced. That's not the case here in Progressive Action. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.